Nobody's here because nobody knows that I'm going live, and that's okay because I've never done this before. I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. But here's the thing. There are certain persons who will remain nameless who keep saying, Jamie, you should go live. So here I am going live. And with the purpose. I am live with the purpose. And here is my purpose. That is if we actually ever get this totally, completely published. Here's my purpose. Now, I really don't even know. This might be backwards. I don't even know. That's how much I don't know what I'm doing here. We're just going to have fun with this, right? But this is my memory planner album for 2021. So there's a good look at inside of what's going on there. So I last week, about the 15th, I believe, was my last YouTube. I shared my jotter. That's right. I'm trying to think. It's been a week. I shared my daily jotter, my daily log or logbook. And I asked the question, would you like to see a complete walkthrough of the entire book? And so here's the thing. I'm going to check something here. Let me click that. Okay. I think I should be able to see chat on here, but I might not be able to. We'll find out. So as soon as anyone gets on here, if you want to say hey, I would love to see that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it and share with you all 2021 in my memory album for, my memory planner for this last year. So now the next trick is to get my camera turned around. So I'm going to do that next here. Let's see if I can do this. Ta-da! Okay, so far so good. Now the next little challenge is I might be a little too close to this. Yeah, I'm thinking so. So let's see. The next thing we're going to think about here for 1 second is raising the camera. Hi, Daisy. Yes, I see a live person. Okay, just bear with me for a second while I elevate the camera. And then we will jump right to it. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here for a second. But I think this will be better. And move it down here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to like that better. And I probably am going to actually take it out of the album holder. Okay, so this is a Storyline Chapters album holder. And I have 3 books in here. And this is actually currently holding 11 months because I don't have December in here yet. It's to be seen still. So if you're not familiar with how the memory planner album insert holder works, there's this wire inside here. You pull it out, you can pull the book out, and then just do the reverse there for the rest of that. Okay, so now the thing is, there may very well possibly be some blank weeks in here, and we're going to be okay with that. And just, I don't even know. I haven't even gone through here yet. I haven't had much time to breathe, much less go through last year, which I really want to do. So here I go. I'm going to do it right now. What do you know? Okay, so to start off, you might have seen that I did this for 22 as well, and that is I kind of do a scrapbook page to jumpstart the year and give it its official hello to a brand new year. So I kind of make this page a little bit more of a to-do than I normally would. So you're not going to see anything too crazy different on these pages, in my opinion. I think I kind of just do the same things over and over again. I could be totally wrong about that. The thing that I am pretty consistent about is color. That is a big consistent thing for me, is to work through these pages and stay with a color palette. Lots of stamping. Now, for the most part, and I probably won't show it every time, but heavy, heavy Heidi Swapp stamp presence in this book. Heavy Stop the Blur kit presence in this book for sure. And if I get inspired by Heidi from her Stop the Blur monthly videos, then you're going to see that in here as well. This is probably, I'm going to stop here for a second. This is probably my most favorite way to go about my planner pages is heavy journaling. And I'm eager to just, I got so much I want to write in my present planner that I'm eager to jump back into that. I'm not super photo heavy. Sometimes I am, but I kind of, as I have taken time to review this last year and to think about even what I want to do for this coming year. That's so funny because today our view is not too different. Yeah, I might get a little distracted, so forgive me. But I'm so glad to be here, and thank you for people for being here. Shout out and say hi, and if you have any questions, pop them in. I would love to answer. If you have any memory planner specific questions, let me hear them. So continuing on, yeah, well, that thought just left me. Okay, photos, not terribly heavy photocentric. I can be, but for the most part, my memory planner isn't a scrapbook so much as my scrapbook pages are. It's a planner. It's more of a commonplace book, and I have a video out there that talks about that very thing, where this is more of a commonplace. It's quotes, or it's the weather, or it is that photo that I can't not have, in view very often. It's hidden journaling. It's stamp work. It's commonplace book is just the best way for me to explain it. And so that's what this really is about. Now, memory planning, as you know, isn't necessarily the forward planning, right? It is this is what happened, this is what we did, this is how we felt, or these are my goals, this is something I want to work on, but not necessarily a calendar kind of planning. But if you're familiar with memory planner, you totally get that. Let me take a drink of water here for a second. Okay. So on these pages, again, we're yellow. I love the interactive, everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. And so for me, that's just all these little hidden places for the journaling, mostly. Sometimes it's a photo if I don't love how a photo might look on a spread, because I am pretty aesthetically, aesthetically motivated. So if a photo is not looking great, then yeah, I might kind of hide that. Stamping, a lot of this here is from that month's Stop the Blur. And if you're not familiar with Stop the Blur is a once a month subscription based, well, it's a kit because you get a downloadable kit, which a lot of this, I'm trying to see if I have anything on here, and I don't guess I do. You get you can just print it at home or on vellum, on sticker, on cardstock paper, but then you also get this admission to all these videos that Heidi Swapp is doing focused on that particular month in her memory planner. I love, something I want to do a lot more this year this is one of Heidi Swapp's Stamp Society, and I had made this tag. I'm not even sure why I made it, and I don't do that all the time, but I want to keep more of my little makes in here. This is an example here of stamping on vellum sticker paper. You can't really see it, but that's what's so great about it. So you can kind of see the top of it right there. If you're a little hesitant to actually stamp on your page, then stamp on vellum sticker paper, because if you make a mistake, that's okay. You haven't ruined a page, right? Not that I've never ruined a page. Like, raise your hand if you've ever ruined a page before or ruined a day. Oh yeah, I've done that. And then you just get really creative on how you cover it up. So, okay, March. We're in the middle of March here. This got a little bit more scrapbooky, as I will say. This was my son's wedding, and so I just had a different way. Hello, Brisbane. Oh, thank you so much for being here. I just wanted, it's fun because these pages are like canvases. You can do whatever you want on them. So if you want them to be more scrapbooky, if you just want to be just be journaling in them. I mean, like, do what works and fits for you most definitely. So now we're into like the best week of the year, my birthday week. And so I had fun adding, I told you earlier, not big, huge photos, but then sometimes I just have fun with the photos. We have stamping. I have some block journaling here. 30 days to the next Pate wedding was right here. And this is kind of fun. This was the newest Stamp Society. I took a picture of it. You forget when you get things, when like a new kit comes in or you get a new collection. And again, like I said earlier, I'm really trying to make sure I am better about documenting it in here. And so this was kind of a heavy creative week here. Just some pictures of what's happening on my desk and trip to IKEA with my daughter. I must have been working in memory decks. Boy, do I want to work in memory decks. Okay, that's an official squirrel. I just want to play in memory decks right now. So that little picture there just reminded me another hidden little journaling. And just because I hide journaling, look, can't even open it, doesn't necessarily mean it's like off limits and nobody can look at it. That I'm trying to hide something. It could just be I just want to put a cute sticker on the front. And this is just like, think of like a little card. I just made a little card here. It's 2x2. And I put this rainbow sticker, probably from Storyline Chapters, and just popped it right on there like that. This green page is a lot of fun. And another thing too, I'm pretty heavy with like the color and then black. I just really like working in a more of a monochromatic theme. And so you'll be seeing me play the color with black pretty often. Just, obviously, like all creativity, it's just basically whatever we're feeling at the time, right? Big family picture here that had to be super long and a lot of journaling underneath. Use these little stop the blur tabs here for some itsy bitsy journaling going on right there. And this was some scrapbook paper that I had, and I just think it's really beautiful. And so I wanted to make that an interactive piece as well. Thank you. Thank you, Marisol, for saying that. That's very kind. Now here we have a little bit of a hot mess because this photo is not supposed to be here. I have no idea where this is supposed to be. Wow, that was a little crazy. Huh. I'm gonna have to find out. So tacos, anyone? Yeah, that was our street taco night. Okay, so now in April, nice and bright, you're seeing a little bit of a theme here, right? Something too I want to share because I get these questions or comments, if you will. I don't know what to put in my planner. I like to print quotes off. Of course, that's my own quote. that was just on repeat in my brain. It's gonna be good because this was days before the wedding. Do you see my daughter here? Literally laid out on our table. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that was going on. Oh my gosh, I love having this right here. I told you when I started this today that I haven't even seen what is on these pages because I haven't taken the time to go back. So this is just precious to me to to see this quote and know exactly how I was feeling days before her wedding, and to see her here. And I have a little bit of hidden journaling there tucked into this stop the blur little what do you want to call that? Help me out here, friends. It's not a foldable. It's not a, I don't know. It tucks in. It's slidable. It slides in. And so, gosh, if that isn't exactly why we do something like memory planning. Oh, and then here we go. This is real life, friends. Right here, this is real life. You can see I had the best of intentions, and I'm so glad you got to see this. I had the best of intentions of sharing, or I'm sorry, of actually getting this page done. Totally forgot I hadn't even done it yet. And this is the actual week of the wedding. And even though I do not have this all done up, real quick, do I have any project life? I don't do official project life. You can see on my channel that I do storyline chaptered weekly pages, and that is my replacement for Project Life right now. But yes, to kind of answer that, yes, I do the planner, and I still do weekly pages, more of a scrapbook, traditional scrapbook approach. So. Do I set aside time for specific things in the week? That's a great question, Rena, because I'm really finding, I'm analyzing, what is this? Today is January the 20th, and I'm finding that just now I've had a little bit of brain time to analyze some things that I want to do. And what I'm not doing terribly well is the last part of 21 was my memory planner, and I ended up kind of cramming it in to get it done, and I did not enjoy that. Right now, I want to at least take 15 minutes a day and add a thing to my day. That is, like, 15 minutes shouldn't be a big deal, right? But it might be. I don't know. I haven't done that in a while. I think I would be a lot more comfortable with adding something every day. Just because I'm really, we talk about stopping the blur, right? Well, I need to teach myself right now how to stop the blur in my own life and slow down a little bit. And it's been a real struggle. I got to be honest with you. And I think we all feel it. I don't think I'm alone in this. So that's a great question. I don't have a great answer for you yet, but I will tell you I am absolutely working on it. I am really thinking it through and processing and figuring out my time and my commitments, and you all know all the things. So great question. I appreciate that very much. So the point of this is, though, even though I did not get this pretty, and I would like to go back and add some photos and actually get this written on the page instead of the Post-it note, I still know that I still remember all the feels from this very crazy and insane week. Yeah, I'll have to unpack that story for you someday. Okay, so this is interesting that I have this in here. This is a little clip that I wouldn't normally add in here because it's pretty bulky. And while I'm not afraid of layers and bulk, that's not really something that I normally do. So I just had to point that out, as I thought that's kind of interesting that I did that. I love this quote, and I just have to point it out because I hope you can see that. You own everything that happened to you. Tell your stories. If people wanted you to write warmly about them, they should have behaved better. That is one of my ultimate favorite quotes ever. It speaks volumes to me. Okay, so on days like this where my daughter has an event, hey Erica, nice to see you, girl. I do like to add more photos in, but then to maybe offset this, I will also have an album, a separate album, because it was prom. It was such a special event in her week. And so just want to point that out. What else here? You guys have any questions about anything that you're seeing on the page? Now, here was another sort of scrapbook cluster. I remember this distinctly too. This was brand new May Stop the Blur. And I just loved it so much that I couldn't help but just want to cluster a lot of the elements together. It just made me happy. It was just a creative outlook. Yeah, I struggle too at the end. Formulas help. The end of the year is intense, but I think how you choose one color is awesome and helps unify. Yeah, that does help. That just, the unifying thing with color, I think, is just for my brain's sake. I don't think I play with color well. And that's a me problem. And so I tend to play it safe. There, I said it. I just tend to play it safe. And so that's probably why I stick with the color and then a black but then sometimes I just get brave and I step out and I add a rainbow and I add some mint to a yellow page. I'm going to pull this out here because so again, I told you sometimes I just don't love how photos go with the color, and I loved these photos so much, and it was Mother's Day with my mom, and then some of the stories that my girls had posted, and I screenshot them and kept them as well. Hey, when your kids do stories on you, gosh, you got to keep that somehow and remember. I love these little envelopes, and this is from a Stop the Blur, and I am known to add envelopes even if it's not part of the kit. I don't know, I just really like having these little hidden interactive parts. And then you have a page like this that's just super soft. And wow, a lot going on here. Just, this is how, you guys know this. You memory keeping storytellers know this. I'm looking at this photo here. It's my dad and my cousin. Oh, thank you, Rena. Yeah, I'm not even done. I still have, and now she's going to have a baby. So now we got to capture not only the wedding, but the baby too. But you know what? Remember, guys, our stories, they do not expire. They're always there to be told. And when you can look at a photo just like this, and you just, oh my goodness, this was a very emotional week. A lot of things were happening in our family. And I look at this photo, it takes me right back there, right that minute. Boy, do I love that so much. And these two, oh, that was just so much fun. Now this was, I kind of like this, I don't even really, kind of an art journaling kind of page. Lots of little things all over this page. To me, it's so much fun. It's super welcoming. This is something I wish I would do more often, but I would have here taken a mask. So I probably cut out a 2x2 square out of the, thank you, Libby. Thanks for saying that. Thanks for watching. Out of a piece of paper, and then come in with, let me grab it real quick. This isn't the right color, but it's my ink blending tool. And so I'd come in here with a Distress Oxide, probably no doubt Tattered Rose, because that is the color of my life right there. And it just creates this nice little section. A great journaling spot. This was colored in here with pencils, but I wish I should do that more often because I really do like that. Now this was fun here with some patterned paper, and then I came in with some stamps on top. I love these little tags that were also part of Stop the Blur, and this was as well. Gosh, Vellum just saves all the day, does it not? I love any kind of vellum anywhere. So then we segue right into this green and pretty happy page here. More stamping on vellum sticker paper. And then let me see. So that's the end of that entire section. So that was January through May that I got into this first book. And then here I created this envelope in the back. I like to keep my cards that people send me with my memory planner. So I don't think I did to the rest of them, but I like adding, I just handmade the envelope and added it to the back. So that's the first quarter of the year. You guys still hanging strong? I probably should speed it up just a little bit. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out of the Storyline Chapters album as well. And I will just put all these back later. All right, now this particular insert is from Heidi Swapp shop. And I think it's called Scene Spots. This is one of my most favorite quotes here. Get up, dress up, show up every day. Now, since I'm being honest here, I'm really bad at the monthly spreads, and I really do not like that. Yeah, when you come across, Kristen, when you come across a pattern paper that you just love, I think it's a great way to remember and not hoard it. I mean, if you have a part of it here in your planner, then you can just use the rest of it and not be afraid that you don't have it anymore because you have it right there to enjoy. I love the monthly spreads, and you're going to see all manner of different undoneness in these, and I hate that I haven't filled these out because they're just fun. And you can see I've penciled in a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, I didn't quite get that done. So June started here in the middle of the month. How about middle of the week? And so I just kind of went with a lot of journaling here, a few photos, you know, something too, just to kind of harken back a little bit to, I don't know what to take pictures of. I am just going to point out some of the things I love to take pictures of. Of course, I always have my people in here. I love taking pictures of flowers that are growing inside the house because we live in Colorado and not too much grows outside. You'll see my coffee pictures in here. So I have dessert, a trail that we took. So I have no inhibition about any kind of photos. And now I showed you this picture earlier. I'm not super big on taking food pictures. It's just a personal preference, but every once in a while, if it looks good enough. Yeah, I don't put a whole lot of thought into what photos that I take. I just let whatever coffee is a big picture taking motivation of mine. I just if I see something and it moves me, I want to take a picture of it. That's just it. I have nothing else to say about that. I just take a picture of it. I don't have to explain to anybody what photos I have in my scrapbooks or in my planner. I just put in there what makes me happy. Now here, I think, let me look back here for a second. Okay, I started this month doing currently, and I've dropped off since. And I want to pick back up on that again because it's a great way to document. So here I have currently. You've seen it out there. You can just even do #currently out there in Instagram, and you're going to see people posting their currently. They usually do a selfie, which is super fun. Get yourself in front of the camera. Or is it behind the camera? Is it in front of the camera or behind the camera? I've never really actually known which one that is. Maybe you can clarify that for me. And then it's like reading and working and eating and wanting and grateful and planning and making and feeling and loving and just kind of filling that in as a blank. You don't think real hard. You just kind of answer it, what comes to the surface. Awesome way to document your right now. It's just a great way to document your right now. And so another thing I want to point out again, now this was June and we went into July 4th. July 4th is all kinds of red, white, and blue here in the States for us, which wasn't working for me here on this pink page, right? So there's a myriad of things a person could have done. Vellum is a great way to cover up the colors. If you're trying to stay thematic with your colors, and you don't have to, it's just what I do. It's just a great way to then kind of cover that up and still make it aesthetically pleasing. Now this was fun. I did this on purpose. I wanted to use these alphas are from the Stop the Blur kit. I'm assuming it's from July since it was in July. And I just wanted to have this was a fun kind of a staycation week. And so I just wanted to kind of highlight our days. And so that's just a great way to fill in your days and fill in your spaces. Just use big stamps and just put a word or letters or just something that triggers in your mind what that day was about. It's just another way to document. And then here I'm stamping on the vellum, just the regular vellum here. See again, that blue, I love that blue, but it wasn't playing with this beautiful mint. However, I made sure that this Ferris wheel was playing with the blue. This is a fun way to add your photos in too. You've seen this before, just one photo right on top of the other, and still keeps it super interactive. I am a big fan of boxes. I love to add boxes to especially bullet journaling. And let's talk about bullet journaling for a minute. Bullet journaling is a great way to document. It's a fabulous way to document, and I highly encourage bullet journaling. I did it again here, what I did on that other day with, these are some Heidi Swapp shop stamps, and focus, lake, today, currently, rest. I want to do that again. That was a lot of fun. See, I have no shame in taking a picture of me drinking a cup of coffee or an iced coffee. Are you feeling a theme here? I love for my page to help me stay visually inspired and my thoughts on track, because it can be real easy to not stay positive. So whether I've stamped this, which I did here, or whether I have written it out, this is a great space to keep your visual motivation top of mind. Okay, loved having this here with these photos tucked in here in this envelope, in this little pocket from Stop the Blur. I had played with some oxides, some distress oxides, and just happened to have this left over. Thought it would make a fun little interactive flap. I thought that was kind of fun and pretty. More pattern paper there. And this is from the Stop the Blur kit from that month, and a big Hello August in a large stamp font is always fun. Now see, here's an example of where I just played with color. Again, here is another piece of paper that was just a play of oxides, and I thought it just worked so beautifully here on this page. And so big letters for the win, and this page kind of sort of mimics the page previously. I've done that before. I've loved how a page has formatted itself before, and so I'll just copy it. And then we get like super soft, right? This is where I really prefer to live here. Okay, let me see if I even have, yeah, I don't even have anything in there. What are we talking about here? But it's pretty, that's for sure. Let's see what else is special on here. Progress, not perfection. Again, that whole visual motivation. You're doing great. Tell yourself that right now. Guys, you're doing great no matter what's going on. Okay, this was a fun page. I want to point out here, I purposely kept this very linear. I like just having these 3 spaces, and I'm going to want to do that again. I had fun here with my son's birthday and these large storyteller stamps. That was super fun to add that in there. And then I added this, I laminated these photos together. I just kind of liked a little bit of heavy duty. I'm not great about putting heavy stuff in my planner, but this worked for me. And then I stamped this vellum overlay, and I love this. I'm going to want to do that again. So that was a lot of fun, but this is kind of a special week because it was my kid's birthday. And this was a photo that my daughter has done with him since I don't know how little. And so she repeats it every year. And, you know what? I'm missing a whole currently in here. Isn't that funny? I'm going to look around for that. It should slide right in there, but you know, it took off. And here we go with another day, a week rather, that is blank with some notes, but I haven't got to it. And that would be the end of August. So for this insert, we got June, July, August. So with Heidi Swapp's memory planner inserts that you can purchase in her shop, that's when we went to the 3 months at a time. So then that leaves the remaining 3 months. The remaining? That's a new word. The remaining 3 months. And yeah, I'm not going to show you December yet. You're just going to have to come back for that, I hope. Okay, I really should do something to these title pages. I'm a big title page girl, but when it comes to these guys, I don't tend to do too much. So then there for November, I got this filled in just a little bit better, and I like it. It makes me happy to have some things on those pages. All right, so let's jump into September. And so I did not put a date up here, but I started September right here as Wednesday was the 1st. And this was the month where I was promising myself I was going to get a family photo back into my planner every month. And I've done pretty good with that, actually. This is one example of adding a card that somebody sent me in the mail. It's got a little bit of smudgy on it. And I just used some pattern paper to make sure washi tape to me wasn't going to be strong enough, but I just love having this here. I thought, number one, right, it works with the page, am I right? And then number 2, I wanted it right there where I received it because it was an important card that I got from a dear friend. There's my currently. This time it's just a little hidden. I think my currently kind of shows up in here in different ways all the time. This is a acetate envelope that I made, and I really liked this currently so much that I didn't even fill it in. Here's the thing. I always, when I have a currently, and that reminds me, say I need to make notes here of what I need to go back and fill in. I have this currently because I take notes and I write it down. I just don't have it in there. More food pictures. And remembering September 11 was important. Here you're going to notice that I'm much more consistent with adding in the Heidi Swapp stamps, the monthly stamps for my dates, and keeping them black. I just decided at one point I just want to keep them all black. So this was a little mini vacation I was in, big letters designating I was at the beach, And did the same thing here again with the laminated photos. This time I have a tag in the middle, and this would have been from one of Heidi's videos that she taught, so that was straight from that. So I liked having this beach, and then I liked having this home here, and just a lot of journaling. Although you would think I'd have a lot more photos in there since that was a vacation. This page I really love. I love the colors, number one. This is like, do I even have it here real quick? Yes, I do. This reminds me here of Victorian Velvet and Distress Oxide. I love the pop of the mustard and this yellow. I loved mixing it up here with the help me out here, Stamp Society and the pinks and everything. You can just tell the weeks where I just really dive in and the weeks where I get it half done. So no judgment, right? I love October pages no matter what. I love fall. I added here this die cut. It's probably, I remember this actually jogs a memory. At this point, I was trying to be mindful about just die cutting things and having a little home for them. And if I needed them, they were already done. I didn't have to die cut this for this page. I just already had them and was able to add them to my page. A lot of stamping. No, that's not stamping. A lot of stamping. A picture of a creative thing I was doing. That was a tag, but using the Halloween kit. And yeah, so that's, and again, another example of using the Stop the Blur for just kind of iconic titles for each of the days. This was hysterical. I do purposely kind of have this hidden because this is my daughter getting her wisdom teeth out. That was a fun day. Yeah, just a lot more die cuts here. A lot of the Stop the Blur kit is found in here. Hallelujah. She believed she could, but she was tired. True story. And you can see here where this time I played a lot more black off of what we're going to call Victorian Velvet. Big quote here. Had fun. I have fun. I actually did a couple different quotes here. I have this one. I have this one. This page is a little quote heavy, and this one. And then filled it in even with the Stop the Blur printable pieces. And so that always makes for great filler. This is from Heidi's Halloween kit. I love that butterfly so much. It needed a home in my planner. And great little slide out here and lots of photos. And then even a little photo there right behind. And so this was fun. Again, I'm a little mindful of having these heavier pieces in here. I don't know if I'm going to get this. There we go. Just because I'm just mindful about making, I say that, and then you come over here and I have this one here, and I had this little pocket that I made, and I have another one here. This to me is serious commonplace book. This is big commonplace book feel for me here. Just adding in all kinds of elements and filling that in and then adding my journaling right next to it. So we're about ready here to wrap this up. And this walkthrough really didn't take as long as I thought, but boy, was it good. I love going through a year, and I hope you guys take the time to do this yourself. If you are a memory planner and you have a book, take time to go back through it. This is my third book, my third of these that I have filled up, and these are precious to me. I love them so much. I think we all enjoy the process. We also enjoy the result. I will definitely be working a little bit more on my process because I do want to kind of clean that up. I simplify. That's not my word of the year, but a lot of me is thinking that I should have made simplify my word of the year because that's kind of what I'm moving towards a little bit in my time. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to figure out how to get this saved so that everyone else can see it as well. And let me know if you want to see a live again in the future. And if you have any questions about Memory Planner, whatever. That's what I'm here for. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great afternoon. I'll see you in the next video.